One moment, hold on. I'm actually going to record for YouTube. Now you can go ahead because you're totally on point. So take it away, Grim.
It wouldn't be the first time it'd feature on your channel. It's like when you bribe me to do that. A mysterious JJ romance of the three. No, today,
That wasn't.
yes, this morning during the massive monster live stream. Now that Bobo has gone to bed alongside Bean, JG is hoping to play Nobunaga's Ambition: Sphere of Influence. It is a Koei strategy game that came out in English last year. I own it and have played it a bit for the PC. JG has already recorded one series of this, and in response to basically just a spur of the moment idea, and some of his viewers said, "Yeah, sure, all right." He is going to be playing some of that this morning. It is a one of those Koei grand strategy games oversweeping the Warring States period of Japan. Sengoku Jidai? Jidai? Shit, it's too early in the morning for me to do.
Goku Jidai.
Yes. Which, like the Romance of the Three Kingdoms era, has all these interesting smaller lords, daimyos in this case, fighting for ultimate power. And JG is going to focus on one of those daimyos today.
Thank you very much, Grimith. That's so like he basically unpacked it for you there, folks. We have Bobo came up with the idea, and Zerfall and Lethal and myself and All Dragon and others kicked it around a bit, doing a big stream. It's kind of dedicated to Grimith, who's here on commentary, which I wasn't expecting, but it's an added bonus because he was in a way a big part of my actual LP of the game in because he was one of the many really good officers that the Hojo had, and the Hojo also have like the most fertile valleys of Japan as their starting point, and they were a major league pain in Nobunaga's ass. But we're going to be playing a totally different scenario this time of Nobunaga's Ambition. We're also apparently installing an add-on. Okay, good. That's not happening because we never hooked this thing up to the internet. I had a very brief whoa fuck moment there.
Yes, to connect, the Southern Hokkaido is in this game.
Mhm.
You could start as, I can't remember the name of the major city there that you can be as. Oh god.
That I in that the force up there, what I recall about them, and I love the intro music here, by the way, even though I can't currently hear it because of the recording setup. But beautiful music and all of the Koei historical simulation series games usually have beautiful music. The Warriors games tend to like rock and music. So. What I remember about the force you're referring to, Grimith, is that is where Zerfall's avatar ended up being placed. So now I know nothing about the historical force, but I think of them as, oh, that's where Zerfall lives, up in southern Hokkaido.
What?
And he's like easily the best officer in that force because they had kind of a bunch of nothing officers, and all the created officers are just a little bit on the OP side.
I completely just fucking like being up there is like an exile effectively. Like you are completely pushed out of the political events of Japan unless you're up there as a player and clawing your way down.
Right. It seems like it's probably the worst starting point, other than not having to worry about enemies coming from your back.
See, there is like the advantage of that. The difficulty would be that really there's only one way for you to go as well.
Right. So if you run it like the Date gets strong early enough, you don't have anybody easier that you can work against.
Like I've started up there before. Basically at the start, it's a lot of like free areas, but they're so small and irrelevant, so poorly developed that there's it's some work, and along the way, it's just a bunch of open territory that you need officers for that you might very well not have officers for because they don't grow on trees like they do in Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Can't just like pluck them like manna from heaven.
Oh, sorry, I completely forgot about the chat for a moment there because I forgot that the window minimized. So, hi chat guys, you got the fuck food plan?
It's okay. I can. One of the perks that I can provide for you is keeping an eye on chat for you.
That's awesome. So Grimith provides perks like, attack up, defense down, and keep up with it.
Yes, custom clans are certainly creatable. You can choose to play as your own daimyo. That is not something that JG is going to be undertaking, though.
Although I did, in a past RTK LP, create a daimyo faction of Grimiths, which turned out to be a massive pain in the ass, too, since they managed to ally with Cao Cao right off the bat.
And JG has not done, well, I mean, like, you did Date for, like, the update, but you're not going to be revisiting the One-Eyed Dragon again for this one, right?
I don't believe so. The new RTK game's coming out, and in a weird sort of way, I'm unhappy about it because I feel like I didn't get enough time with this game, and I know I'm going to feel compelled to play the new RTK game.
I would tell you not to feel too rushed about going into the RTK game. Everything I've heard from everything I've trusted basically says that RTK 10 is better.
Really?
Yeah. I have heard mostly negatives about the new Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Like, I've had, like, a friend chirp it at me who doesn't know that much about the series, and I'm like, no. It's a less watered-down and strategic version, as far as I've heard. Like, there's less control and freedom than there is available in Romance of the Three Kingdoms 10. I can't swear to it. I've never played it myself. It's just information from people I trust.
Well, now, are you thinking about RTK 12, which came out in Japan, and I managed to play because I got a copy while
I'm talking
we were
about
over
the
there?
newest one.
The 13 that's about to come out. Okay, that's too bad. 12 was disappointing, but I'd heard very early chatter that 13 was going to be similar to this game. So if it is but not as good, then I guess I played through it once just to have done it and then move back to this game. At any rate, folks, so yeah, if anyone's interested, I've done an LP where I went through the birth of Nobunaga as Nobunaga, managed to stick with the history and the historical quests until around the time that we took the capital, and that's around where it broke down, and we never went to war with the Azai. Everything from that point on kind of...
Chat is a little divided on the music perhaps overpowering your voice here.
Oh, well... Fuck, because I did not get any kind of... I should be able to figure it out, but I've never actually used this before. Desktop audio, I guess this slider would take it down. Is that doing anything for people?
We'll wait to see if they'll give some feedback on that. Right, because of course, your control over it at the moment.
Bobo's mic needs to go up. Grimith is fine.
Hugh, Bobo is not here right now.
Well, I guess it is his microphone.
It is his microphone.
Shoot to Mame. Honestly, the whole stream is kind of quiet for me. Well, Shoot to Mame. Here's the thing, Shoot to Mame. If everything is too soft for you and they're not relative to each other wrong, you can turn up the volume on your TV.
No, you don't understand. He has no power over his ability to control volume. Oh, sir.
You can get a fucking hearing aid, is what you can do.
That's says it sounds pretty much the same. Well, something that you could do is backing up and going to like the in-game options, like from the main menu, and turning down like the volume there a few notches. Right?
I believe that should be an option. Background music could probably come down, and effects could probably stay the same, and it would probably be pretty good.
Yeah, so settings and just adjust like the sound like across the board.
Did that change anything? Because I think there is music playing at this point, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it would be main menu music, which I do like.
Like I said, like RTK 10 in particular, but all of them have really excellent scores. Love the music, don't want it drowned out.
I am muted to stream it, I think it sounds fine. Know where it is now.
Change voice to Japanese. I suppose, since I can't hear it, I don't really care.
Come on. Have some faith, have some loyalty here.
It's Japanese. The game is Japanesey enough. Come on, you Japophiles. I'm sorry, should we put subtitles on? And should we put the subtitles off to the side of the screen so they don't cover any of the original anime artwork? Anyway.
Jump off a cliff now. Make sure the cliff's red before I do it, I guess.
That's China, they're totally different. Okay. Anyway, so I did this, and like I said, we got up to around the point where we should have had the big falling out with the Azai, but that didn't happen. So we had Hisahide as a loyal officer all the way to the end when we unified Japan, and the story of this one ended up being forming a coalition against the Hojo, because it became pretty apparent that if I didn't form a coalition against the Hojo, I was fucked. But we've got a whole bunch of scenarios to choose from. But my intention, which Grimith, using the what is that? The something of Nintendo, the time machine of Nintendo. He was able to arrange animal bones and read the patterns and read tea leaves, and he actually figured out before I announced it that my intention was to play the God of War Descends, defeating the Echigo Shugo and the Kanto Chancellor. The cunning Tamakage Nagao took on power. Inheritance of the clan fell on his eldest son, Harukage. However, it was his fourth son, Kakatora, who inherited his strength and skill. In Echigo, where the strong rule, a weak lord has no place. Here, the man who would be later called the God of War descends into the world of chaos. Pretty cool, huh?
Thank you, melodrama. That was great.
Says the frickin' semi-professional dungeon master.
This is gonna be awesome. You and I haven't done anything together like this.
No,
asshole shit since Diablo 2.
It's been too long since
all over again.
It's been too long since the friendship built on some kind of weird hate vibe has been really allowed to flourish. So I could change the difficulty settings to make things more challenging and interesting, but fuck that. It's just a live stream.
That's right. You're looking to be interesting enough with the conservative rise of the God of War, who's descending. So perhaps I should have chosen to say not rising.
He's rising much like the Underdogs, who
The Underdogs.
Oh, you didn't hear about the Underdogs, huh? You gotta go catch up on that SmackDown. Here comes the pain.
Oh, we'll get right on that while you're broadcasting.
Hey, you guys had you enjoyed the one stream that you attended that had that like Tajiri attacking with a fork. No, you were I think around when Bobo was fighting an uphill battle against A-Train and Big Show.
I noticed a number of things. The primary thing that sticks to mind was the 2.5-hour character creation for that series.
Yeah, that was kind of a slow start. I'll give you that.
Like now, yeah.
Hey, if I put the character creation that I did for this, that was like multiple evenings creating all these created characters.
Okay, so here.
Oh, you know what? I did want to do something before we started. I wanted to actually just quick show the created officers because of the people wrote in and actually submitted them.
Yes,
so a lot of them might never even appear. It's just the nature of the game.
For those of you who didn't catch any of the various JG paraphernalia, there will be a few created officers who are in the game. He is not taking entrance from the hitbox chat. These are individuals who sent in entries for his prior series that he recorded last year and didn't make it into the series.
That's correct. Now, a couple of people are going to be in both just because, and they were the same people who were automatically in the first time. So, like JG Mystery, my own avatar is still in the game. I'm not moving his location, which means we'll never see him because he's on what's the name of it? He's on Kyushu, so we're never going to get all the way to Kyushu in this stream. So he's essentially not in the LP, but he is. So Uncle Baldo Zerfall is in. Night Demon, he's in the chat. He's sad that he's not going to be in it, but you know what? I'm feeling generous. He's right here in the chat. Might as well bring him into the LP.
Oh God, it's a snowball effect. You let one in, and then all of a sudden, everyone.
I'm just going to put in all 300 bazillion characters. It's going to be great. So Night Demon is going to be in. Is he going to actually appear anytime? Probably not. I don't think we're going to get far enough to really come across a lot of these guys. But we got Rosario Toriyama, who Lethal couldn't even remember his own character's name by the end of this thing. But he wrecked some shit in for the Hojo.
And look at that face, man. That is a face that only the Hojo could love.
Speaking of faces that only the Hojo could love, look at this fucking asshole.
I don't know what you're talking about. He is gorgeous.
Just because he has to be treated better and special than everyone else, so he got to pick all of his own traits, and I went along with it because I'm a doormat. But Grimith Reaper is like super OP domestic officer, which I thought was an interesting change of pace, since people tend to create these like, I want to win every battle.
Well, there's also like the last time you had me in a game, it was Magic Necromancer bullshit 100% of the way. And
you controlled the weather.
You have like an entire video that's labeled Magic Necromancer bullshit. I can Google that. I can get your video.
It was a fun moment. Vulture Bobo is kind of a warrior type with, honestly, a more contained beard than the real Bobo has. And then Vulture Bean, who I loved her character creation submission because Bobo wrote it for her, and one of my favorites was starting location, and he put in quotes, because he didn't want to take credit for this, a castle. She wanted to live in a castle. Well, we can make that happen. So now we're into the new characters. We have Raphael Hashirama, who may have the wrong portrait, because as I pointed out, I did a video telling people to pick their portraits and assigning them numbers, and then I unlocked a bunch of shit, so everything got shifted around. But this person ended up with some kind of weird Hideyoshi from presumably some other Koei game. We have Kalstea Ryuzaki, who is, I think, actually belongs to another force. No, she's a Ronin, but she's really far away from us, so we won't be getting her. Arky Rackerson. All Dragon. I was kind of hoping he'd be in the chat, but I don't think we hit him at the right time.
He went to bed earlier in the hopes of catching you while you were in the middle of doing this. I don't know how much sleep you'll get, but he did want to see you play this.
Oh, sweet. That's good. And he was definitely a guy I was rooting for. I technically didn't include him automatically because we'd never done anything online together. But I watch his stuff. He watches mine, so I should have just thrown him in.
Oh, you didn't.
You've
done enough for these fucking leeches and parasites. Cry.
Just living off the sweat of my brow.
All right.
We have Ankh Fa, who has the face of Earl King.
How many hours have you spent creating officers for these plebs across all of the games in which you've created officers? 8?
I'm not really at liberty to say because that's actually probably a little low.
Double digits?
Here's Katsumi Hojo, who is working for the Hojo, go figure. Mouth-watering Pie, who I got really, well, actually it's mouth-watering Pie because I didn't have enough spaces, but I got really confused for a while because I thought I'd already included them last time, but I was confusing them with delicious tacos. We have Keiko Yagi, Taka Zoe Swang, Manji Far Slash. It's at least, yeah, you know, if I'd done this 2 days ago, I would have remembered some of the things about each character, but I don't now. Webster Sky, I really hope you intended to get this portrait, because this might be one of the ones where the column shifted and you ended up with this guy.
I'm sure it will be fine, JG.
They'll be all right.
You could move on into being the dragon now, or not the dragon.
Very shortly. I don't think a thing is still in the chat. I'm pretty sure a thing did intend this portrait because that's kind of strikes me as a thing's sense of humor. We have a guy with Garth Morrigan's face. I think this is another goof because he gave himself a Japanese name and picked the only Caucasian face in the entire game. Kazuhiro.
Look at that man. That man is the deliverer of muskets right there.
He's a badass motherfucker right here. This guy would be played by Samuel L. Jackson if they ever do a Nobunaga's Ambition movie in America. Tenzo Shimura, Zed Power.
Oh, I'm sorry, Armored Gorilla. Please do not rush Genius, Griffith. Shit. Alright, let me climb off of, like, fucking JG's back here.
Mr. Mook, Sato Resta. Well, I am a little puzzled by it. This is the 24-hour plus live stream. Why am I rushing?
It's the mere hope that we see at least 1 year of in-game play before Boba wakes up.
Look at the face on this guy. This guy is beautiful. I love this kid.
This kid.
Yes, this guy has the face of some young guy from my previous LP. Strider Hiragane. Oh no, I have two guys with the same face. I did not intend for that to happen. And Samage.
Scrap this video.
Yeah, we're done. All right, guys. I'm going to take another hour to fix all my character creation stuff, and then we'll keep going. Jack Avenger. Coco Jojo. No, sorry, Kojo Joko. Either way, I love the hat. And we have Alexander Philippos, the Greek daimyo. Mr. Shelton. Kunoichi Smith, which is an awesome character name. I kind of wish it was Kunoichi Jones, though. And I just almost switched your face on you. We have this person. We have this person. Griff Hara.
Riveting commentary. This person.
I don't know that these people are all going to show up. I want to actually be able to say, see, I made your character. Here, you're fucking probably Genji or Shang Shang from some previous Dynasty Warriors iteration. And
your amount of dedication and passion towards these leeches is staggering.
well, you do sound staggered. Here's Beat Eye, the fat gangster of the daimyo. Some of these faces are just really amusing to me. And last but not least, Taihaku Ikolo. So we are now ready. Change date has not been saved. Is ending this okay? I didn't change anything, so. Yes.
I will say that
God,
I will say that Beat Eye probably looks like he stole a lot of lunch money as a teenager.
He does. He looks like he knows how to stab you so that it goes between the ribs. So God of War Descends. I'm not going to read the text again, despite how awesome it was last time.
Oh yes, it was amazing, and foreboding how the God of War descended.
And rose simultaneously.
Holy shit, that's amazing!
Splitting himself asunder in the process. Oh shit, Asian Biggie Smalls. Okay, again, the chat. I'm not keeping up with the chat, so I really don't know who was Asian Biggie Smalls. So we are bringing on created officers, because otherwise that was a bit of a waste of time, which it isn't at this point.
You would never do that.
No.
Okay, so
I'm always very
normal,
efficient in my use of
across the
online
board?
time. Officer name common, fictional maidens, sure, battle death can happen. I don't think there's anything we need to mess with here.
Okay.
And the God of War Descend. Have I been going long enough to call this a video? Probably not. I wasn't paying enough attention to when I started.
Seems pretty ambitious to me.
Oh, my ambition cannot be stopped.
Yeah, well. Your ambition might not be stopped because your ambition goes at its own pace.
My ambition might just kind of slow to a crawl, but it will not be stopped. In December. Oh no, you know what? Can you do a little narration duties, Grimith? You're good at this sort of thing.
Sure, I can
I appreciate it.
handle it.
Get on with it. Let's do that.
In December, on the 17th year of Tenman, 1548. Now the problem is that my view will be so far behind. I think that quite frankly, you'll be the better person to do it.
Okay, well I can probably try to. No, but now I've got that to live up to. Jeez.
I only did within the Nagao clan, deputy to the representative, and the true rulers of Echigo. A new head was about to assume his duties.
A wet head.
Why is his head gotta be wet? That's...
because it's the head of a wet dick. Tamakage Nagao, the golful hero who had expanded the Nagao clan.
Look at how amazing he is. Like, wow.
Following him, his heir, Harakage Nagao, gained control, but was sickly and untalented and could not rule over Echigo well
like
enough.
Like JG following me in my
narration. Ow. Sting. All I know is that if this guy does appear in the LP, he's gonna get this voice.
Oh no, not that one.
When Tamagage's fourth son Kagatora fought like a hero during Hidetada Kuroda's revolt, the clan's retainers pushed him into being their new leader. Lord Kagatora, I give you my deepest congratulations for this felicitous event.
It would be smoother if there was any way you could somehow do a Skype screen share with me, but since you're doing this on a console, I don't think there's any way to make that dream happen. So you will have to somehow live. From now on,
without your
we'll
voice.
Serve you with our lives, my lord.
We'll just have to take it a little slow, I guess.
As if that's never
Yeah, I know it's not going to be... Well, we're not going to move at the breakneck pace you expected for a Nobunaga's Ambition LP, but...
I have met a master I can serve until the end of my days. Lord,
no, you didn't have to say that, Grimith. Oh,
you have
you're
the
reading
potential to unite this torn nation and forge the three kingdoms into one.
Divided into three.
Whenever I use those times to ad-lib, that's the time to transition to the next lines. However, Ichigo is still in disarray because of fucking course it is. All these dumb people are especially dangerous, and you should not trust them even remotely. Because
don't waste your time making avatars for them.
Because I am old. And look at how pissed I am.
He is pretty pissed.
He's a pissed.
Ah, Lady Aya's betrothed. He doesn't seem too pleased that Lord Kagatora has taken the seat of power. And he always leaves the lid up.
The man will eventually betray us, and when he does, we need only show our power to him to get him obedient again. Until then, he is not to be touched. We must soothe the people and make Echigo thrive. Now let's get on with it. Ho ho ho! Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle.
Let's begin the
Oh, look at this
That's
guy.
exactly. We must soothe the people. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle.
It's like looking into an audio mirror.
That advisor, by the way, face of advisor, I totally trust.
Oh yeah, no, he's like the Grand Vizier who's like secretly plotted to steal your kingdom.
I am wearing all these royal colors here, and that means I know a great deal about Echigo.
The color purple is the official color of Echigo. I guess I'll save the game in case something blows up here, but
Whoa!
I just don't want to go through the intros again.
December, better save.
I don't want to lose all that progress. I don't want to lose all that progress. You know what I'm saying?
What I really like the douchebag part is that I've been like fucking like speaking for the past 18 hours, and you ask me to do narration.
We would be eternally grateful if you decided how we should act from now on. Grimith, that's one of your subscribers.
Get fucked. That's my policy. I think that's highly conservative. And go
That's
over
pretty
well in it,
conservative.
Chico.
It is pretty conservative. So it looks like my one city is already fairly developed if I have no options to build anything. So I don't have any quests, which is kind of what I was looking for to guide me at the beginning of the game, as far as trying to get the historical shit rolling, because I don't know the history that well.
You got 12 muscle too. You got a great deal of labor available to do things if you had things to do.
Well, usually if you got nothing else to do with labor and you got a little bit of gold, you can improve the roads around your base city, just because that actually boosts some stuff for you.
Right.
Close C. I don't know what that means.
At this point, you might remember the game better than I do, because it has been longer since I played the game than since you finished your series. I'm looking forward to learning at your feet. There we go. Yes.
Now I'm trying to remember. I think if you do road work, if you do road work at all, it takes the same amount of labor.
Yes.
Whether you,
Yes.
it eats more time. So I will sometimes just have an officer in the background working roads, like, just forever,
Yes.
because it saves
Of course,
labor.
your concern being that you'll be eating, into your starting funds.
Right. So he's an overseer. It'll take 200 for this guy to do it, and one interfere.
Well, Kasugayama doesn't really seem like it's fully developed at all. Looked like those bars were fairly empty when you moused over the city. Moused, yes.
Well, what I'm more confused by is I thought I only had one city, but that was from like the wide view map. So I guess I've got more. Yeah. Okay. Got more cities than I thought I had.
Well, it
actually.
might have like one major thing and then like some smaller bases.
But probably I'm thinking the best thing to do is figure out how the frickin' menu works again, and then get the roads around my biggest city good, because that'll increase income.
Welcome to the first hour of Nobunaga's Ambition, where we are so ambitious as to relearn the user interface.
Well, I mean, my big issue here is I don't remember. It only took 3. I don't remember enough of the history to know who Nagao is supposed to be attacking. So it's not like I'm gonna go to war on the first turn here.
Well, you did the historical quest stuff that I didn't do. It might not have hit you in the head the first turn, but I imagine it'll eventually come hit you in the head.
Right, which is why I'm trying not to assign anybody super critical to.
I noticed that you didn't put any of those overseers on roads.
Well, I'm just gonna have some jobber guys in the background working on it and just have it getting done, you know.
What if that jobber guy? What if it was his one mission?
That's true. Like, this guy I recognize as a war guy from his portrait. Oh, this is like the shitty brother who can't do anything. So I think we're good to use him.
Oh, Sadamitsu Usami, the old man who is giving us such wisdom.
And now we're down to like 400 gold. So that's a great way to start.
Yeah, I'll see you in like 3/4 of a year, asshole. Have fun.
Okay, so maybe this isn't totally brilliant, genius strategy, but it's early.
Well, welcome to being broke.
Just got up.
Just got him.
See, you're fresher than I am because you've been awake
Oh,
for
that
20
is.
hours.
You went through that harrowing drive and everything.
Yeah.
I've been awake
Let's
since
begin the
1:30
meeting.
p.m. yesterday.
Time to begin this month's council, my lord. You can trust me.
Here's last
Trusty
month's
Purple's
ballots.
trusty council.
That is my new favorite phrase. The Trusty Purple Trustees Council.
No,
Sending Liu Kong's reincarnation to Roadworks. That's essentially what I'm doing.
no, you should not look up the quest line and backseat game this. Even if you try, JG isn't reading the chat, and I'm not gonna relay your backseat.
I would probably read that. Oh, man. Okay, do I have enough? These are all the crazy officers that, like, Beat Eye ended up being in our force.
Reciteer. Okay.
So these are the created officers who didn't specify where they wanted to go, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll take you.
Those assholes can build the roads.
Yeah, I should have waited a turn. It's like, alright, mafioso guy. Start working on the roads. Now we do have, oh, well, we have a new advisor, so she just knocked the evil Grand Vizier off of his perch.
I can't believe Trusty
Shall we
Purple's
enact
trusty
a policy?
council somehow failed. Welcome to super conservative land, everyone.
Yeah, I've never obviously played through as a really conservative force, so they've got different... Most of the policies that are available are the ones that are available to everybody, but I'm wondering what the conservative ones are. Canal improvement. Harvest increase based on number of months enacted. This would probably be a good one to... Hearts your gold, helps your max soldier controlled tribes. I haven't really never did much with tribes. Didn't find them that useful.
Well, they can give you contributions, and of course you might impress them enough to be like, we'll join you, sure.
For now, I think we'll just try to develop a bit.
I am going to get something to drink. I'll be right back. I'm sure you will endure the 5 minutes I am gone.
I'm sure that I will still be doing domestic shit. Oh, that was a big improvement to crops right there. The Oda clan. Okay, it's answering a... So I probably need to consider, now I'm going to have quite a few officers in my main city, because I just picked up all the created officers, so I probably want to spread them around a bit. That did not go the way that I meant for it to. Let's take a quick look at our own officers here. So we have Kagatora Nagao, the god of war, and his older brother, who's got maximum loyalty because he's part of the clan, so he's not going to betray us, even if he's probably not that happy that we took over. Oh, Sadamitsu Usami is often objects to orders. I think plot-wise he's supposed to be a pretty loyal dude. But if we come down here a little bit, we'll start seeing the created characters pop in. So here's a really good domestic officer that I want to put in a city that needs to develop. And this guy is also a created character, I believe. He's a really good domestic guy. Here's our evil Grand Vizier guy. What's his actual story? Oh, I guess he doesn't have a... Oh. He's an actual created character because he doesn't have a bio. So that's interesting. I did not notice that at all. He does look like an evil Grand Vizier guy, though. He must have started out with this. He must have actually been selected that city as a officer rather than. Hey JG, can you see if my character is dead? Not unexpected, not entirely unwelcome. I did plan to die of old age after all. Don't know of a quick and easy way to do that, a thing, other than like going through all the officers. What was your character called? A thing, I think. We can check that. We can check that quickly. No, you're alive. You are alive, you are age 25, and you are working for the Date. So, you will be dying shortly. So we will move officers to new bases. I want to put some really solid political officers over in these other cities to get them growing. That person's loyalty is in the crapper, and they've got pretty good stats, so I probably want to do something about that. Well, for one thing, I can make you the lord of the castle when you get there. Yeah, Shu Shirakawa is already ready to leave us. What a jerk. Just got here. He already wants a defect. So, put Beat-Eye over there. He will be the lord of that castle because that'll boost his loyalty a bit to put him in charge. It's a weird mechanic in this game. If you put somebody in charge of a castle, their loyalty to you will increase, and they can still defect, but if they do, they don't take the castle with them. So there's really no downside to putting a dissatisfied officer in charge of a castle. It's just, might not be like the most brilliant, you know. If they're not good at the job, they're not good at the job, but it's not like, logically it seems like you probably are gonna fuck shit up by putting somebody over there who doesn't want to work for you and giving them a lot of authority, but it doesn't seem to work that way. This one already has a fairly decent officer count. I'll give them one more to work with. Oh no, he's the guy doing the road work. I don't want to move him. Put you over there and have you be... No, you're doing road work and you're dissatisfied. Go figure. All these guys are doing road work, huh? Oh no. This guy is still selected, that's the problem. Damn it. Just kind of clunky with the menus a little bit. So we got everyone moving into new castles. So JG, you still have the first guy. Yeah, there you go. Got you. And plot stuff's happening, but I don't think it really impacts us. Nobuhide's unorthodox plan to steal Takachiyo Matsudaira's away by buying out the warriors guarding him ended in success. However, taking Takachiyo as a hostage was not enough to make Hirotada Matsudaira bow to the Yoda clan. To think that Hirotada would be this stubborn. I can scarcely believe it myself. I suppose his Makawa warrior dutifulness won't allow him to betray Yoshimoto. What will we do with his son, my lord? Take care of the child. We'll be able to make use of him someday. This is actually plot we saw in the LP, because this is Nobuhide, who is the person we started out as. Yoshimoto will likely come back for the boy and put Nobuhiro in Ansho. Lord Nobuhiro, my lord? He should be able to handle defending Ansho, and I can't imagine him taking Mikawa. Kiposhi, however, might have a chance. When will we change the young master's name, my lord? Little Master! Oh man, old Dragon isn't here. He's not here to see Little Master's rise to power. When his marriage has been settled, Masahide move negotiations along with the Viper. Randy Orton, my lord? We will have to give up Ogaki. Is that permissible, my lord? My lord. Give it to them, because Kiposhi, no, Nobunaga, will take it right back. Happy New Year, my lord.
Your orders, please.
Alright, let's get council started. I presumably talk
here's
like
last
this.
month's balance.
So we made more than we spent after having dumped a whole lot into that road work.
Here's my report.
There are no reports. And we're going to have a bunch of people to assign as castle lords. But I think I'm going to call it a video for YouTube. And we'll pick that up when we come back. So for YouTube, see you guys next time for the stream.